Before I get to the big potato problem, I need you to hear my story. Nothing ever changes. I am not the only one that feels this way. Your fitness, your love life, your lifestyle, your finances, your expectations of life never meet the standard you seem fit. You still feel the same way you've been feeling 10 years ago. You are still told the same excuse. You still drive the same old car. Your foot still hurts. Your dog still barks at the fucking door when your mom begins to unlock the door. Nothing ever changes. Maybe not all of it, for me or you, but in some way, nothing ever changes. I've always felt that way. This is me when I was 15. This guy was a pumpkin. No friends, no mentor, no leadership, just him and his doofus brain thinking they could figure out everything out by himself, and some way, somehow, kind of did. But not in the way he'd expect.
There's one scene in the Spider-Man movie where Spider-Man is like, he's shirtless, right? And that guy has pecs and everything, six-pack and whatever. And that guy looks pretty.
Since he didn't have much, he decided to do something very silly. He voluntarily left his school to a different school across the city. For literally no reason. The people that were in the school were cool, the sport programs were fine, the teachers were awesome. There was only one reason why he left to another school. He wanted to be around people who were financially successful. So he went to a school where the neighborhood was more wealthy.
What?
Before I continue, you must understand, this kid never had much holding him together. When he was younger, every year his family would move from apartment to apartment, trying to find a reliable home. Those that he would call friends one moment would be gone very soon after. When he was younger, he always tried to bring the soul and joy out of people, but there was always some sort of problem that made him feel impoverished. Combine that with the kid being alone all the time, his brain eventually became me and my monkey. So, from the age of 13, his focus was to become successful, at no matter the cost, to never have those he loved experience such difficulties again. To finally bring the joy for those around him. But what he didn't know was that his way of thinking would eventually take everything from him. Then years flew by. He didn't have access to much, so he did the only thing he knew how to do. He pursued his passion of writing stories, in hopes that, with enough effort, he'll find a way to make stories profitable. During his free time, since it was during COVID, he would ride around the city with his manual scooter. Then he turned 17, and he's beginning his senior year of high school, which is actually his first year on the campus of his new school because COVID took my fucking junior year. At this point, he knew his stories weren't going to help him get out of a situation, but his little lemon brain had already come up with a plan. This genius child listened to Graham Stephan and thought it would have been an amazing idea to become a real estate agent. And also during his senior year, a paramedic showed up to the school and showed him the path of becoming an EMT. Which he always wanted to be a superhero, but a firefighter was the second best option. That was kind of the path, so that was pretty cool. So after all of that, this was his plan. Graduate high school, skip college. He always hated college, but unless it fits your needs, then go for it. Get his EMT certification in a 3-month course. After the EMT, get a real estate license while working as an EMT. After acquiring the license, pursue real estate full-time and spend as much time possible until I finally begin making enough money to support my family and to have enough to create a business. Use business to make a buttload of more money, and after finally reaching a point of great success, use the money to impact the world and create a better future for everyone. Then die and have an incredible legacy for everyone to follow and create a path of their own amazing ways. The end. That was the entire plan. Very simple, straightforward, and with enough persistence, possible. And then he turned 18, and he started doing it. He immediately enrolled in an EMT class 50 miles away. Is this guy fucking nuts? While also working at a small little restaurant called Burger Lounge. 3 months later, he finally failed. That class is freaking hard. They only pass like an 80% score. It's ridiculous. If you do want to become an EMT, get a tutor. Raw dogging these classes just with a book and pencil is not worth it. Okay, cool. EMT was purely for the experience and to make sure I know what to do in emergency situations. It isn't that big of a deal unless I want to do firefighting, which, you know, I still want to do. Immediately after that, he began his real estate license process. He passed all courses pretty easily, and he took the final test that was 50 miles away! I finally got my real estate license. I started working at a fine dining restaurant before the age of 19, dude. I was balling! I felt like a king! I spent my days door knocking in neighborhoods on my days off from working at a restaurant. My schedule was work out first and go to work at a restaurant, or cold approach every door around the neighborhood and knock as many doors as possible. And that's what I did. And I kept knocking. And knocking. And knocking. And knocking. I got nothing. I also saw no growth in the restaurant job as well, so I figured I need my finances to grow if I'm going to achieve what I must achieve, so I made a decision. I went to look for another job while also continuing to door knock to get that wishes to sell their home or just looking to sell their home. I got a few people that were interested in selling, but nothing seemed promised, and then something out of nowhere happened. I got a job at a Porsche dealership, and I was balling again! They actually took me in as an assistant salesperson, and I was living in the clouds! I couldn't believe it! Forget real estate, I am a damn Porsche salesperson! I drove beautiful cars, I dealt with high-end clients, I was a damn prince! And I could achieve anything! But whoa, hold on. Hold on a second. What about the plan? What about the entire points of what I'm doing? The entire point of this is to make a path for everyone to follow, a legacy, for those that are in need of a better world. This isn't a better world. This means nothing, really. The money was okay, but the amount of work and the type of work didn't equate to the worth I need. Again, I wish to take care of my family financially, but I kind of already done that with work in the restaurant for a good amount of time, and it made enough money to support my mother. So I was good. We were comfortable because we were also all working jobs. Something didn't feel right. I would feel very disappointed in myself if I continued with this path. So I altered the path just slightly. The goal was to make money from real estate, to boost the business that I will create, but now with the Porsche job, I can use the finances here to be the boost. The plan was to become a salesperson, to make true and real money, and so I went for it. They transferred me to their sister company to do sales, and long story short, I shot the bed. For the longest, I believed that somehow, some way, I was going to be financially okay. Maybe good. Once again, I felt my world crumble by the day because I barely made any sales. 3 months later, I got fired, and then 21 years old, turning 22 in a few months, everything that I've planned, everything that I've expected, everything that I've strategically aligned has now failed. Alright, let's see where we're at. EMT, failed. Real estate agent, failed. Car sales, failed. Path to becoming financially free, no progress. Goal to make an impact, no progress. Current life position, no progress. No friends, no personal life, no relationships, no love, no true progress. Nothing changed. And all I have to make up for it is this stupid resume. And sure, the correct people skills to kind of get whatever job I want. It depends on the job, but I'm pretty close to it. But even after all of this, I still don't care about it. I don't care about it at all. Who does this impact? What does this guide? What does this do to help anybody achieve a better future? Or better yet, how does this impact my legacy? How does this show what I'm really made out of? What does this do to help me achieve a better future? It doesn't. It means nothing. Soon after, I began social media, and I've been blessed to grow to almost 10,000 followers until 400 of you guys unfollowed me over time. But I made viral videos that actually did help people. That was fun to make, and it showed me something that I never saw before. Progress. I began creating a community people cared for, and I saw how much greater this life can be if I continued to go this way. I also saw the impact I made in others' lives, and thought the world of it. Eventually, I fell off, but I realized that this is something real, something true, even though it's online, but it's more real than any amount of money could ever give me.
Oh, crap.
So now, here I am. I'm tired of having not much of a life anymore. I've sacrificed connections and much enjoyment of what it means to be alive for the sake of finding success faster. Looking back, I would try to find a way to teach that boy that although these skills are very important, you'll forever lack what it means to be human, what makes you human, what makes you special. Your soul. Although it can bring joy and soul to every circumstance that I'm in, I finally want my joy and spirit to match my circumstance. I want to learn how it looks like to live, not just what it feels like, but what it looks like. This world I've built for myself not only has brought me nothing, it'll take everything that I do have until I'm left with nothing. So, here I am. I'm unemployed. I don't want another job. I have a goal of finding a way to survive without the standard way of living. I want to feel human again. I want to feel free. Here it is. This is what I want. And you know what's funny? There's something I always come back to. It's this. This rooftop. Not just this rooftop, but any rooftop I can find. Funny enough, even after everything I abandoned, after everything I sacrificed, I always come back to this. Funny enough, actually, this is where I feel the most human. And even after every change I've had in my life, this has always stayed the same. This never changes. So, what now? I do sell pants and I teach my style of fitness to people, but how will I make this world of mine a reality? How can I build a path to escaping what the world traps you in? Not just financially, but in every way possible. How can I finally win? I don't know. However, I can see a world where maybe everything that I want is possible. I can see a world where people adopt a lifestyle of agility and mastery over their own body, where people can feel more comfortable in their own capabilities. I can see a world where we find unconventional ways of exploration and living that will free us from the weight that the world puts on us, and that will give us the freedom we all need. For me, it's rooftops. For you, it can be so many different ways. Maybe I can see a world where I sell a damn pair of pants! I have everything I need at the moment. But I know it may just not last enough time. I do help mama with rent, but without a job or intent of finding one, I may have to put that to the challenge. I have 2 months to find out how much longer my way of living can actually be sustained. Until I begin seeing cracks, rough points. I've made so many gambles in my life that cost me my enjoyment and love for life. Another gamble wouldn't be too out of character for me. Besides, I'm 22 years old, and I only get one shot to get this right before my story ends. And it will end. Every story has an ending. And I know it's difficult for me to say that I'm 22 years old, if I can't achieve this, blah, life failure, whatever it is.
And I take that serious because I do believe people do take their life too serious a lot of the time. But I don't want to do anything else but this. I feel as if I were to have a regular job, if I were to do anything but this, I would have been greatly unsatisfied. I would have feel as if I haven't achieved what I needed to achieve. So with that being said, this is how my story will end.